Hey everybody, one of the major projects we're working on this winter, this late fall and winter, is to clear out some of these trees that you see. Brandon is going around with the brush cutter and taking out anything that's smaller than his wrist. And then I'm following around with the chainsaw and taking out anything that's bigger than that. We are taking the time to look at the trees and make decisions on what we are cutting. We have very few trash trees here, trees that don't generally have any use to us, but there are trees like oaks, like tulip poplar, and things that do have value to us, either because of supporting wildlife or supporting our own animals here on the farm. So when we can get things like acorns or hickory nuts from the trees, or if we can do things like leave the tree alone so that it blooms and provides nectar and pollen to the bees, like with the tulip poplar, then we want to make sure that those trees survive. We're actually fairly blessed for the area that we live in. Most of the area surrounding us is coniferous. It's a bunch of pine trees. We have a good bit of hardwood trees on our property, and especially to have these nut producing trees, it's something that we want to make sure that we encourage. So if you're familiar with forests growing over time, generally speaking, you get your softwoods, your pines come up first, and then your hardwoods. So we don't want to discourage the fact that this is a part of the forest that has grown up over time. We don't want to clear cut it and make it so that the pine trees come back. We want to make sure that we encourage the hardwoods that are already here. So really the only thing we're trying to cut this down to is I want to be able to drive my tractor through some of these areas. So we're not trying to thin this down to only a couple trees. We're only thinning this down to a point to make it more manageable, to be able to move the tractor and potentially future animals and their fencing through this area. So Brandon's going to keep running the brush cutter and I'm going to run the chainsaw, and we'll come back and show you if this place changes over time. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.